Hold on to your hats, Leafs Nation. We've just snagged a player who embodies grit and determination, and he's ready to light up the ice in Toronto. Can you believe it? A hometown hero has joined the ranks, and he's itching to make his mark. As we gear up for a deep playoff run. This is a game changer for our third line. Are you as excited as I am to see him in action? Make sure to hit that subscribe button and like this video, so you don't miss a single update about our beloved Maple Leafs. The Toronto Maple Leafs have made a significant move at the trade deadline, acquiring Scott Laughton from the Philadelphia Flyers. This isn't just any trade, it's a homecoming for Laughton, who expressed that being traded to his hometown team feels surreal. He's not just another player, he's a Maple Leafs fan who grew up dreaming of donning that blue and white. The Leafs also snagged a 4th and 6th round pick while retaining 50% of Laughton's salary, which means his cap hit is now $1.5 million for this season and next. This strategic move gives GM Brad Treliving the flexibility to make additional adjustments as we head down the home stretch of the season. Now let's break down what Laughton brings to the table. Before the trade, he had 27 points in 60 games, which includes 11 goals and 16 assists. But it's not just about points. Laughton plays a strong two-way game, contributing 129 hits and 33 blocked shots. He's a player who can help stabilize the third line, which has been searching for a solid center all season long. And that's crucial as the Leafs aim for a deep playoff run. I often find myself wondering, was this the best decision for the team? Honestly, I'm torn. Laughton is a valuable addition, and the excitement he brings is palpable. He's eager to chase a Stanley Cup, something he hasn't had the chance to do in Philadelphia. But how does this affect our current roster? Are we sacrificing too much in the future with that conditional first-round pick in 2026? It's protected, sure, but it's still a gamble. Laughton's arrival also comes at a time when the pressure is mounting. The Leafs are expected to perform, and having a player with his experience and skill set could be the difference maker. He's been in trade rumors for the last couple of years, and now that he's here, he's ready to focus solely on winning, with a competitive team. You can imagine how that must feel for him, transitioning from a struggling franchise to one that's poised for a playoff push. And let's not forget the emotional weight behind this trade. Laughton mentioned he hadn't even spoken to his family about the move when he appeared on TSN's Trade Center. That speaks volumes about the whirlwind nature of these trades. It's a life-changing moment, and he's diving headfirst into this new role. As I reflect on this trade, I can't help but feel a mix of hope and apprehension. The Leafs have been so close yet so far from playoff success in recent years. Laughton could be the piece that finally helps us break through. But will he mesh well with the existing roster? Will he bring the grit and determination we've been craving in the postseason? With the Avalanche on the horizon for his potential debut, I'm excited yet nervous. Will he be able to make an immediate impact? I think back to how pivotal each game can be in the grand scheme of things. A well-timed goal or a crucial defensive play could set the tone for a playoff series, and having Laughton on board feels like a step in the right direction. So, let's get to the heart of it. What do you think about this trade? Is Laughton the spark we need to ignite our playoff dreams? Or do you have reservations about the long-term implications? I want to hear your opinions down below. The Toronto Maple Leafs are on the verge of making a significant move, acquiring Scott Laughton from the Philadelphia Flyers. This development has sent ripples through the fan base, and I can't help but feel a mix of excitement and caution as we delve into the implications of this trade. The reports from David Pagnotta and Darren Dreger indicate that this deal involves several pieces, including 4th and 6th round draft picks heading to Toronto, while the Flyers will receive a first-round pick and prospect Nikita Grabenkin in return. It's a complex exchange, and as a fan, I find myself pondering whether this is the right move for our beloved Leafs. Let's break it down. The Maple Leafs are not just acquiring Laughton, but they're also taking on 50% of his $3 million cap hit, which means he'll only count for $1.5 million against the cap next season. This is a savvy financial play, especially considering Laughton has another year left on his contract. With his salary being manageable, it gives the Leafs some flexibility as they continue their quest for playoff success. But here's where my mind starts to race. What does this mean for the team's immediate future and our championship aspirations? Laughton, drafted 20th overall by the Flyers back in 2012, has carved out a respectable career in the NHL, racking up 106 goals and 159 assists over 661 games. He's known as a solid two-way center, and his recent offensive seasons, with 43 and 39 points, show that he still has plenty to offer. This year, he's notched 11 goals and 16 assists in 60 games, albeit with a 17+- rating. While that number raises an eyebrow, it's important to remember that he's been the second-line center for a Flyers team that has struggled. I believe that in Toronto, he could find a role that suits him better, potentially stepping in as our third-line center. For a player like Laughton, who has dealt with trade rumors for quite some time, the change of scenery could be a refreshing opportunity. He'll be playing closer to home, in his native Ontario, and perhaps this will alleviate some of the pressure he's faced. The Leafs have been searching for depth, particularly down the middle, and Laughton's face-off skills and penalty-killing ability could be crucial as we gear up for the postseason. But let's talk about the cost. Parting with a first-round pick, especially one that's protected in the top 10 for 2027, is no small decision. The Leafs now have only one first-round selection in the next 3 drafts. That's a significant gamble. And as much as I appreciate the urgency to win now, I can't help but wonder if this is the best path forward. Do you think this was the best decision? Honestly, I'm torn. It's a delicate balance between immediate needs and long-term development. The team's strategy seems to be leaning heavily into a win-now mentality, and I get it. The fan base is hungry for a deep playoff run, and the front office is clearly trying to respond to that hunger. Laughton could bring the kind of grit and versatility that we've been missing, particularly in high-pressure situations. But when I think about the future of our prospect pool and the importance of keeping those picks, I feel a knot in my stomach. As I reflect on this trade, I can't help but feel a surge of emotions. The passion for this team runs deep, and every move they make impacts all of us. Laughton's arrival may just be the spark we need, or it could be a decision we look back on with regret years down the line. That uncertainty is part of being a fan, living with every decision, hoping each one will lead us closer to the ultimate prize. I want to hear from you, the fans. What do you think about this trade? Are you optimistic about Laughton's potential impact on the team? Or do you share my concerns about the future? And you, what do you think? I want to hear your opinions down below. This is a pivotal moment for the Maple Leafs, and your voice matters in this discussion. Before you go, don't forget to like this video, share it with your fellow Leafs fans, and subscribe to the channel for all the latest updates. Make sure to activate the notification bell so you don't miss any of the exciting news as we march toward the playoffs. Together, let's navigate this thrilling journey as we cheer on our Toronto Maple Leafs.